remember the day when the birds first attacked. No one was ready. Nobody was prepared. But somebody had to stop them. And so I grabbed my weapon of choice and went out on the offense. But the attack was too much to bear. All hope was lost, and then, like an angel, it found me. It was in this moment that I knew what I had. This was the prophecy. This was to bring us to the promised land. And there was only one thing left to do.
Hi.
Here is a menu.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with you.
Okay, let's talk about Birdemic. This movie is such a disaster. Never in my life have I seen a movie that fails so miserably at pretty much everything. The pacing is incredibly off and inconsistent, the acting is boring and sometimes even strange, and the sound is the worst part of this movie.
You can already tell that there's something really wrong with the audio. What?
I'm gonna do my best to explain this movie, but it's so horribly put together that it's hard to understand what's happening most of the time. Okay, enough stalling. Let's do this. The movie starts the same way any cinematic masterpiece starts, with 5 minutes of incredibly crooked driving footage.
What is up with the car's dash under this shot?
They couldn't move it like 2 inches further up.
It's like some shit I would record on my phone, just like trying to drive.
So then we have the restaurant scene I just showed you, where we meet our main character, Rod.
I think I'm gonna have a headache by the time this movie's done.
So Rod runs out of the restaurant and chases after this girl named Natalie. And they trade business cards because that's how normal people flirt. And then Rod goes home where he watches the news. You know, they use this news segment a lot in the movie and it's always so poorly put together.
How does this news shot look even worse than the last one? You can see Getty Images. It's still in front of that.
These segments are all about global warming. And pretty much this whole movie is just a pandering reminder that climate change is a problem. And look, I have nothing against that message. It's just this movie has no substance. Rod loves to talk about driving a plug-in hybrid. Rod's getting solar panels installed on his house. Rod and his friend complain about how hot it's getting. Birds attack society because they're mad at us. Yeah. We'll get to that later. But before we can get to the actual Birdemic part of the movie, we have to spend half of the runtime going on awkward and uncomfortable dates with Rod and Natalie. There really isn't much to talk about here, but I do love this scene where they go to some pumpkin festival. And with how low budget this movie is, I bet you they didn't get anyone's permission to film this. Excuse me, hi, I'm the park manager for this festival. You guys don't have a permit to film here. You have to go. I don't know why you guys are standing around. What you're doing is illegal. You have to leave.
Why don't they ever listen to me? Mom's right. I'm such a failure.
These dates are so awkward. Every conversation in this movie has a weird, uncomfortable vibe.
I closed a big job offer today with Victoria's Secret.
Wow, congratulations. I think you'll look great in those lingerie.
Thanks.
You know, it feels like a business meeting where you have to talk to an investor or something. So you keep the conversation light, but it just keeps getting awkward.
Oh, that's my girl!
So anyway, sticking to the business theme that taints this whole movie, Rod's company gets sold for $1 billion.
Our board of directors has agreed to the acquisition of NCT Software by Oracle Corporation for $1 billion.
Wow.
$1 billion. Yeah. Oh yeah. Woo. We did it.
Congratulations.
We're clapping again. We're clapping again.
Yup. And it's still going.
Keep clapping.
Oh yeah. Woo.
Just when you think it stops.
It's still
guess the meeting's adjourned.
No questions asked. We're being sold for $1 billion. Have a good day.
So at this point, everything's looking great for Rod. He's got money, he's hooking up with the girl, we're halfway through the infinite, unending void that is this movie, so what could possibly go wrong?
Is my speaker working? What is wrong? Add some music. This is so boring. There's no sound. Just add some fucking music.
What is the purpose of, like, those past 4 shots?
Oh my god. I'm going crazy, dude. It's still going. It just keeps cutting to different places. Where are they right now? Are they at the beach, the pumpkin patch, the bar? Where are they? Oh.
Oh my god.
Well, that was very sudden. They're like, come out, bitch. They're like, we're waiting for you, motherfuckers.
I skipped over a good chunk of the first half of this movie because it's just so boring. But the second half takes a sharp turn into the bizarre. I mean, this is what the birds look like. Yeah. There's no going back now. So anyway, Rod and Natalie get stuck inside their hotel room because the birds are literally standing outside the front door. But then for some reason the birds decide to dip for a second, which gives Rod and Natalie a chance to make some friends. And they all come up with a brilliant plan to use coat hangers as weapons, which leads to this lovely moment.
Oh shit. Get out of here, birds. Scram. Scram.
So miraculously they survive this attack and end up driving through the clearly apocalyptic and isolated countryside before literally kidnapping 2 children.
They skipped the whole getting pregnant and having kids. They just stole 2 kids.
You know what's crazy? A second ago they were using coat hangers to defend themselves, but suddenly they have a semi-automatic assault rifle. Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine. So anyway, they stock up on food before just casually having a picnic during the apocalypse, where they meet this guy, who apparently has all the information and knows that these birds are attacking because they all have bird flu. Yeah. Bird flu caused by climate change. So then he shows everyone his piece.
Always gotta have a piece.
I think this is a crazy man they found on the street. And they're like, you want to be in a movie?
So after that weirdo, they encounter an old double-decker bus full of people who are all stuck inside because of the birds.
Thank God you're here. Please help us get off this bus. We've been trapped in here for days. This guy took a shit in the corner and it fucking stinks.
So then this random couple that's been following them saves everyone on the bus, while Rod, Natalie, and the children just chill in the car. And I guess it's a good thing they did, because as soon as everyone's off the bus, the birds attack.
Oh no! Now they're covered in bird flu. I bet you that was their real reaction. They're like, it stings my eyes.
So everybody dies. And now it's just Rod, Natalie, and the kids. And they go to another gas station where they buy gas for literally $100 a gallon.
From the Eagle attack, we are short on gas, but it's $100 a gallon if you want.
I love this guy. He's great. He deserves an Oscar for that performance.
The Oscar goes to...
Gas Station Man.
This is the first Oscar and 4th nomination for
Gas Station Man. So anyway, they pay probably close to $1,000 for gas and then go on their merry way. And right afterwards, they get mugged.
You're so much some gas now.
Oh, take it easy. Take it easy. I got an extra tank in the back.
Got an extra tank. We thought $100, that's such a great deal. Let's fill up the tank.
But right after he takes the gas, this happens. Well, he's dead. And then Rod and the family take off without even getting their gas or gun back. And then they go into the woods where they meet this guy, who I guess is supposed to be like a tree hugger or something. But honestly, he looks more like a meth head living in the woods.
I really want a bird to just show up out of nowhere and slice his throat.
So then Rod introduces everyone to the meth head using the most unprofessional gun safety ever.
I'm Rod, this is Natalie, Susan, and Tony.
Oh my God. Could you imagine if somebody did that in real life? Yo, what up? This is my girl Natalie. These are 2 kids I kidnapped, and I'm Rod. We homies. So anyway, the meth head talks a little bit about how bad global warming is before everyone goes on their separate ways. There's a few other weird situations that happen afterwards, like a forest fire.
Damn you, global warming.
And then Rod just happens to find his friend, and clearly he's not doing too well.
This song doesn't even fit this moment anymore. It's like, yeah, feel good. Wake up! Are you okay?
So they just give up on their dead friend and go to the beach where they eat some fucking seaweed and fish before the birds come back to attack. But then, all of a sudden, the birds just leave.
They did it. The world is saved because the birds just said, alright, fuck it, we're done.
So then Rod and this weird, fucked up family spend a very long and uncomfortable time watching the birds leave while the credits roll. Well, we survived Birdemic. This might be one of the worst movies ever made. It makes you wonder just how a movie like this can even happen. And that's when I started to dig. And what I uncovered will blow your mind. You see, Birdemic is the brainchild of a man named James Nguyen. James is an American immigrant from Vietnam who dreamed of becoming a filmmaker. And so then one day, without any knowledge or experience, he just decided he was gonna go out and make his dreams a reality. He scraped together $10,000 of his own money and hired some actors. And together they spent every weekend for 6 months filming. And according to the main cast, they thought this wasn't gonna be seen by anybody, that this was just a poorly produced pipe dream. However, what they didn't know is that once James Nguyen had finished editing the movie on his personal computer, he drove all the way to Park City, Utah to watch his movie premiere at Sundance. Well, actually, he just convinced a local bar to screen the movie and promoted the screening by going around the festival with his car dressed up in fake blood and bird guts. Little did he know that screening his movie that night would lead to a distribution deal with Severin Films, and suddenly this movie became a cult classic, renowned for its atrocious performance and abysmal editing. People around the world were talking about it, and James Nguyen couldn't have been happier.
Birdemic, Shock and Terror is supposed to be a very serious romantic thriller. Hitchcock.
Romantic thriller?
Yes.
Do you think it's a good film?
I think that from a distance, I think those eagles and vulture look pretty realistic, and shocking and terrifying. It's just like $100 million picture.
Look, I could sit here and continue to roast this guy for being delusional, but you know what? What he did is inspiring. Yeah, think about it. He had a dream to make a movie and he didn't let anyone tell him no. And suddenly everything just started falling into place, and now his movie has been seen by thousands of people. Laugh all you want, but he is a committed individual. Once Birdemic got popular, he received funding for the next Birdemic movie. And now there's a third movie about to come out. This guy's gonna be making Birdemic movies till the day he dies. And you know what? More power to him. He's probably inspired tons of people to go out and do a better job than he did. I'm a firm believer that if you have a creative idea, then you should just go out and do it, even if you think nobody will watch. Whether you sing, or dance, or draw, even if you make shitty YouTube videos, just do it. Make your dreams come true. You never know who's gonna be watching, and how you might just inspire them to change the world. And that's exactly what I'm about to do.
Oh, hey Tyler.
Hey Matt, give me your seed.
What did you just say?
I said, give me your seed.
Whoa, Tyler, where'd you get a monkey?
Don't ask questions, Matt.
Tyler, stop. The children are crying.
Good.
This is the police. We have the building surrounded.
Oh, God, not the police.
Come out with your hands up.
Okay, fine. Take my sunflower seeds. I wasn't going to eat them anyways.
Thanks, man. Now I can die.
What the hell?